AITA for feeling betrayed and struggling to face my wife and her coworker after the coworker was intentionally left out of my birthday celebration, and my wife lied about the exclusion. Last week, my wife threw me a big surprise party for my 40th birthday. She invited all my closest friends, family members, and coworkers. I work in a small office of 6 people, and 5 of them were there, so I assumed she invited all 6. At the party, I noticed one coworker wasn't there. Casually, I asked another coworker about her, and they just said, "Yeah, she couldn't make it," and we moved on. On Monday at work, I was making small talk with this coworker, 32F, as usual. She asked me how the party was, and I said, "It was great. Sucks you couldn't make it." She just looked at me flatly and said, I wasn't invited." I was mortified. I assumed she knew from Facebook, but she told me she had heard people talking about it at work and realized she wasn't invited. I was not only embarrassed for her, but also took it personally. That night, I went straight to my wife and asked why she excluded her. She initially said, "No, she was invited. She was busy, blah, blah." I told her I had just spoken to my coworker, and she confirmed she never got an invite. That's when my wife finally admitted, "I couldn't do it. She's younger than all of us. I've seen you looking at her. I've seen how she looks at you." I asked if she didn't invite her because she thought I was attracted to her. My wife just said, "I didn't say that." When I asked why another coworker had covered for her by saying she couldn't make it, she got defensive and asked why I was so concerned about her not being there. I told her it was shitty to exclude someone over her own insecurity. We haven't talked about it since. I genuinely don't have feelings for this coworker. There's never been anything between us, and I don't think I've ever done anything to give my wife that impression. Her excuse is that we look at each other. There's so much nothing going on that I don't even have the motivation to prove it because I know she won't believe it. It's been a few days, and I feel disgusted and embarrassed when I look at my wife. When I see my coworker, I feel mortified. I can only imagine how awkward it must have been for her. At the same time, I don't want to overcompensate and make it seem like I care just because I found out she wasn't invited. But the biggest issue is my wife. What she did was petty and insecure, and she's never acted like this before. She hasn't brought it up since, but it's been messing with my head. It feels like some high school mean girl shit, like not inviting the weird kid to the birthday party. I don't know how to move past this.